Radio Rahim with Mikaela Mayer. You said you were surprised to see me.
Yeah.
Let me be clear. There is no way I am missing this historic event. It is an all-women's card. You're at the top of it, as you should be. Even still, the fight that you have could easily be the main event on Saturday night.
These are both main event worthy fights. We know that, but I think that's what's so cool about us bringing it together. I mean, it's turning out to be just as awesome as I expected it to.
And I'd say there are two fighters on the card that claim a lot of power. Obviously, Carissa has a heavy punch, but your fighter, she has 7 knockouts, which in women's boxing is quite a bit out of 12 fights. Do you feel like she's bringing a power to the ring that you haven't had to face before?
Maybe. We'll see. Unlike Baumgardner, I'm not underestimating her. I'm prepared for the best possible, most strongest, badass version of Alycia Baumgardner. If you look at her resume, she doesn't have the experience that I have against quality opponents. Has she knocked them out? Yeah, but a lot of them were girls with losing records. So I'm not going to let this whole buildup of her being strong get into my head. Like, I'm going to go in there and do exactly what I've always done. And I've faced big punchers before, but like I said, we'll see. We'll see in that first round. I'll let you know.
You've talked about yourself being a complete fighter. And in women's boxing in particular, a lot of technique can change the difference between whether or not you get that decision or end up, getting hurt early. So technically wise, where are your advantages in the fight?
Well, you said it right. I definitely think I'm the more complete, more technical fighter. I can box in all areas of the ring. You guys have seen it, and I think I really proved it to you guys when I went toe-to-toe with Hamadouche and proved that not only can I box and move and use my height and reach, but I can sit in there and bang it out. I can go to deep waters if I need to. We don't know if she can do that. We haven't seen her do that. The only time we've seen her do that is against Leonardo too, and she crumbled under pressure. I don't think she likes getting hit. She may hit hard, but I don't think she likes getting hit back.
There's something to be said for the era that we're in, and that there's deep talent now in women's boxing. So a fighter before could build a record fighting nobodies. A fighter before could just have one fight and it be the only kind of big fight that they're on. In this era, how do you define yourself and what you bring to the sport? And the deep level of talent here, is your record, like you said, in comparison to hers, of a better quality?
Definitely. I mean, that's not really like this is not my opinion. This is not me talking shit. This is facts. If you look at our resumes, I definitely have the better resume in the amateurs and in the pros. But at the end of the day, none of that really matters until we get into that ring, and I know that. So I'm not relying on any of that. But the fact that she wants to come in here and say that I'm trash, I'm a basic fighter, still boxing like an amateur, that just shows weakness to me, because it shows that she doesn't respect me enough to even prepare for what she's going to have to do on Saturday night. She's going to have to really dig deep, because I'm going to take her in places that she's never had to go before.
And lastly, I know Undisputed is the goal for every boxer. This is a step towards that, but not quite the goal yet. If Saturday night goes the way you want, how do you get that Undisputed, all those straps around your waist?
I have not been quiet about the fact that I want to go Undisputed. That's the reason why I pushed for this fight to happen so quickly. Baumgardner wanted to enjoy her belt and do her thing, but I was like, no, that's not what women's boxing need. This is what the fans want to see, so let's get it done. And that does not change when I go for Choi next. Like, I know that I want to go Undisputed this year. So Choi is going to have a very little amount of time to accept this fight with me. I know she's been very hard to get a fight with in the past, but hopefully now that the belts will be collected, she'll have more incentive and she'll get off her ass and be a champion that she is.
And what has the experience you've had in the ring and the successes you've had and the competition you've faced taught you about boxing that Baumgardner will only learn on Saturday night when she faces you?
Strength isn't everything. It's really not. I think she's relying a lot on her power, but, there's a lot more that goes into winning a boxing fight. This is the sweet science. I think I've had a team that has kept me grounded and kept me constantly learning and growing, and I don't get patted on the back after a cool mitt session like she does. I mean, she does a cool little combination on the mitts, and her coach is lifting her up, and they're cheering. Like, I've seen videos of this stuff. Like, I just think she's surrounded by this yes team and hyped up over this win against Terry Harper. But her job just got hard. Like, it is just as hard to stay on top as it is to get there, if not harder. So her job just got hard, and she definitely has the biggest test in front of her when she goes up against me on Saturday.
One of the hardest work in boxing, period. Mikaela Mayer this Saturday night. Alycia Baumgardner, good job as always with your career, and it's a pleasure to talk to you anytime. Radio Rahim with Mikaela Mayer.